Your sleep environment might be the sabotage to your rest that you would not expect. In this video, I'm sharing 3 common mistakes many people make, and I was making myself. And if you stay to the end, I'm sharing one surprising one that completely shifted my room from feeling chaotic to calm in just 2 minutes. So stay to the end. Hey everyone, my name is Lydia Barthless. I'm a certified health and wellness coach. I help women over 40 prioritize their self-care without shame or guilt. Let's dive in. All right, mistake number 1, temperature. Your room is likely too hot. So in the comments, I want you to drop in there, what is the temperature that you think your room should be? Or maybe what's the temperature that your room typically is while you're sleeping? So drop that in. I will tell you that the experts have pretty much landed on our room temperature should be between 64 and 68. Now, I know if you're not anywhere near that, you might be thinking it's like feeling like winter in your house. Your body will adjust. I promise. I used to be a 73, 74 person. Now I'm at 68. I don't know if I'll ever get to 64. I'm at 68 and I feel the difference. So let me give you some context. In the evening, while you're sleeping, your body temperature falls, right? Because it's just part of how it processes. In the evening, the body temperature falls. When your room is too hot, it becomes disruptive to what your body is attempting to do as its temperature falls within. So when you have a hot room, it messes with your body's ability to actually fall into deep restorative sleep and to actually get the REM sleep that it needs for you to wake up feeling refreshed. All right? So temperature is 64 to 68 degrees. That's where we need to be. Just a quick adjustment on the temperature dial. If you're nowhere near it, just start with a degree less every week until you get into that range. All right, mistake number 2, light. Light on in the room. So when you think about your room and how it looks when you sleep, you'll probably be able to identify that there's a number of different places where you have little pieces of light showing up. It could be light from your phone, any of your devices. It could be a night light. It could be light from a TV that's on because some people use it to fall asleep. It can be light from any of the devices that you're charging. I even have an air purifier that's on in my bedroom, and that air purifier lets out so much light. I literally have to cover it to ensure that it's not lighting up my room. Okay, and so the Sleep Foundation, which is an organization that does a lot of research around sleep, has said that light is the most important external factor affecting our sleep. And so light pretty much helps, it caters to our body's internal clock. And so when light is bright, it almost mimics the sun. And as a result, it's really hard for our bodies to get into this mode of sleep. Some of the hues that really help our bodies settle down and get that sleep message is the red hue or the orange or the yellow. So you want to think about like candlelight and sunset. Like those are the types of colors that when we emit those colors, it's supportive of our body sleeping. So back in the day, we didn't have light. So back in the day before electricity, we didn't have light that allowed us to keep the day going all throughout the night. When the sun set, our bodies had the information or actually got the message that our day is winding down and it's time for our bodies to begin to move into this rest mode. But now because we have light and because we have our screens and we have TVs and we have shows and we have all of these different like external factors, our internal clock oftentimes is completely off schedule because we're not giving our body what it needs to really get the message that it's time to go to sleep. So some things that you can do in your sleep environment to support you is, and I'll tell you what I did when it starts to get dark outside, I immediately in my bedroom, I use a salt lamp. And a salt lamp really mimics this red hue that I was just talking about. And I have one here that I can show you. I got props today. So here's a salt lamp, and I'll actually turn it on It's actual Himalayan salt. So I'll turn it on and you'll kind of see. So it has this red hue, right? So when I leave my office, which has all these LED lights in here, and I go into my bedroom and this lamp is on, I literally feel the difference in my body walking into my room with these lights on. It's almost as if my body is like, yes, thank you. All right, so these salt lamps are lamps that you can have in your bedroom that will actually allow your body to move into this space of rest. Okay, so if you need to do some reading, these are the lamps that you can use in your bedroom instead of having those LED lights that are really disruptive. They also come in actual light bulbs, so you can put some of these in your lamps, you know, your lamps that are right next to your chairs, so that you can use that to actually read and do some last minute things in your bedroom, as opposed to having overhead light that's really disruptive to the system. All right. The other thing is use an eye mask. If you cannot get your room to be as dark as it needs to be, you can use an eye mask that you actually sleep with, or when you travel, bring an eye mask to you because a lot of hotel rooms have a ton of light coming from lots of different places, and having that eye mask will work. The last thing is get yourself some blackout curtains. So even if your room is dark, oftentimes we have light coming from our windows. And so what you want to do is get a good set of blackout curtains, and literally it will pretty much keep all of the light from outside from coming into your room. All right. So that's mistake number 2, is that we have light on in our room. All right. Mistake number 3, electronics. Get the devices out of the rooms. And by when we say electronics or devices, we're talking about the TVs, the laptops, the iPads, the smartphones, whether iPhone or Android, any of those out of the room. Now let me talk a little bit about why that is. All of those devices emit what we call blue light. Blue light actually mimics sunlight. So when your body is being bombarded with blue light, it almost is tricking the body into thinking that you are in the middle of the day, and it actually inhibits the body from releasing melatonin that would allow you to move into that rest, relax, and sleep mode. And so when we are 40 and beyond, our bodies actually stop producing or start to decrease the amount of melatonin that it produces. So when you combine that with the fact that we are being bombarded with blue light, thus inhibiting the melatonin that we do have from actually being released in our bodies, we are looking at a double challenge that's actually happening. The other thing is sometimes it's easy to think, well, I'm just sending out this last email, or I'm just watching this last, episode on this series that I'm binging, and right after that, I'm going to go to sleep. The challenge with that is that when you go from the screen to the bed, your mind stays in this mental activity that's really hard for it to actually decompress and come down from. So oftentimes we'll find ourselves in bed and unable to fall asleep because our minds are still going. So what I would recommend is try a power down hour, meaning go an hour before bed without any screens. Now, if you're looking at me like, what on earth am I going to do an hour before bed without screens? And, that's nearly impossible. I will tell you, I struggle with this myself. So maybe it's a power down 30 minutes or a power down 15 minutes, and then you work the way up, okay? Either way, we want to limit going straight from the screen to bed, because what we are asking for is disruptive sleep. The other thing that I want to say is you may want to, if you are actually in front of your screens a significant period of time, even if you're not, once the sun goes down, your body is wanting to release melatonin. So I'm going to take these glasses off. What you want to do is actually go ahead and purchase some blue light blocking glasses. And what this actually does is if you have to be in front of blue light, The glasses actually block how much your body is actually taking in through your eyes, okay? So I will actually put a link in the description box below so that you have an option that you can look at. You can definitely go on Amazon or maybe other websites to find blue light blocking glasses. Sometimes it's really difficult to do that switch from, the screens to bed and not being on the screen. So if you have to be on the screen, at least put something between you and the screen so that you're not pulling as much blue light into your system. All right, so that is number 3. Get the electronics out your room. And by the way, when you do go to sleep, make sure all of those electronics are out the room. And if you have to have a phone in your room because it's your alarm, put it clear across the room. Do not have it under your pillow. Don't have it right next to your head. Clear across the room, but at least about 4 feet away from your head, from your body, so that you're not getting any of the rays from your cell phone in any way. Okay, if you stay to the end, I promised you a bonus. Here is the bonus that has made a difference in my room in just 2 minutes. Take out all family pictures or heavy content books from your room. When I first heard this, I walked into my bedroom and this is what I noticed. I had pictures of my son at all stages of life. I had pictures of my sisters. I had pictures of my mom. I had pictures of my family galore in that room. And then the books ranged from heavy books about what's happening in society, challenges facing the world. I didn't need any of that. Literally, I took a minute and I collected all of those picture frames, put some in the office, put some in the hallway. I walked back, moved the books, walked back into the room. And that night, my room felt so much lighter. Now, I love my family. I have great relationships with my family, but all of our relationships come with a level of energy. And if you want to create a space that's restorative and sacred to you, just try it out. Take all of those out of your room, put it to the side. You're not offending anyone. You're just honoring what you need in the evening when you need to restore yourself, and just see how it goes. All right. So that's my quick 2-minute shift the energy in your room, get the sleep that you need strategy that I was able to use. I'd love to see how that works for you. Leave me a note in the comments. Let me know how it goes. All right. So as a recap, number 1, temperature 64 to 68 degrees. Number 2, turn off the lights. Let's sleep in some darkness and not have the night lights, the lights on. Number 3, we want to get the electronics out of our rooms, have a power down hour. And then if we have to have a phone in the room, letting it be clear across the room. All right. The bonus, get those pictures out of your room and create kind of this safe, calm space in your room just for you. If you're struggling with sleep and you want some more advice on how to actually manage it, I did a video on magnesium and how it's a mineral that you absolutely have to be taking with food and supplementation, and I walk you through the process. I will make sure that you have access to that. Check the description box below. We'll try to pin it here as well for you to be able to access that. All right, I hope this was helpful. Thank you for staying. Like, share, comment. And until next time, to our collective transformation, we'll talk again soon. Take care.